Owning an AI company means that you're at the forefront of innovation, right? You're going to be transforming industries with cutting edge technology. But if potential clients and investors can't find you online, they're engaging with other AI firms instead. A well-designed website is the key to establishing credibility, showcasing your expertise, and converting visitors into loyal customers and partners. Without one, you're really missing out on valuable opportunities to scale your business. So today, I'm going to walk you through how to create an AI company website that positions you as an industry leader, attracts new clients, and fuels business growth. Plus, I'll reveal the #1 mistake that most companies make and how to fix it in just a few minutes. The first step is picking the right website platform. Now, there are plenty of options out there, but for AI companies, my top recommendation is Wix. With over a decade of experience building websites, I can confidently say that Wix is one of the most user-friendly and feature-rich website builders available. It's mobile optimized and packed with integrations like chatbots, service pages, and case studies. And best of all, it's absolutely free to try. And Wix makes it easy to create a professional website without hiring an expensive web developer too. So to begin, go ahead and click on the link at the top right here, or check out the link in the description below. And by using that link, you're not just starting your website, you're also supporting me and this channel. And I truly, truly appreciate that. So let's click on that now, and I'll walk you through this whole process. Okay, now that you've clicked the link, we're going to go ahead and we'll go through the walkthrough here. So first thing you want to do, just put in your email address. And after you have your email in there, go ahead and click on Start Now. And then after you hit this page, they are going to ask you for more credentials. So just put in your information. And then after you're done, just click on Sign Up, or you can even sign in with Google or Facebook. But I just use email. And you're going to be met with this page. So you just want to click for myself, my business, or a friend. And then up comes this screen. So this is basically Wix's AI platform that will kind of question you about your website. Now you might think like, oh no, I don't want to deal with this and just set up without chat. I actually do not recommend that. I recommend that you use chat. You are assumably, have an AI company, or you're, creating a website with AI. So you should understand that AI is a big part of this. This actually is very helpful because when you have these conversations, it helps AI understand what you actually want in your site, and it'll build it out in a way to make, the heavy lifting, everything really easy for you. So highly recommend that you do this. So we're gonna go ahead and click on Start Chat. Okay, so first tell me what your site is all about. I have an AI company that has a product built on ChatGPT that I'd like to sell. And that's going to say, what's the name of your company? So my name's Ron, so we're just going to call it Ron's Widget Company. Terrible name, I know, but go ahead and choose your own name. That would make a lot more sense. Who is your target audience? So for this, we're just going to say, I don't know, project managers. I have no idea. Just an example I could think of. Mostly we're focused on a software for project managers, I guess. So for this, what additional goals do you have for your website? For example, do you want to offer online demos of your product or build a community for project managers? I'm more interested, it's like I said, a software company. So we're more interested in offering online demos, would definitely be the one. Okay, so online demos is good. There will not be a community part to this. And if you do want a community part to your product as well, obviously just throw that in. I'm just going with, hey, if we created a SaaS company and we really just want to focus on demos, that's kind of what my idea is. So next, can you tell me a little bit about the history of your company and the unique selling point of the product? We've been in business for 3 years, have multiple Fortune 1000 clients, and help project managers be more efficient. Okay, so it tells you that you are all set, and you can actually see here what happened on the side. So it's the site type is a sales, which kind of makes sense, right? We're a AI company trying to sell something, whether it be to investors or customers. Site apps has online stores. Think that might be a mistake, not 100% sure yet. Instagram, sell products, increase brand awareness, and build customer relationships. That's all correct. Project managers, professionals, and Fortune 1000 companies, efficiency seekers. All makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and click on Go to Dashboard. The reason why you want to look at that and make sure that it all makes sense is that basically when you do that, it's now going to build out the website in a way, but it's going to customize the messaging and kind of put it in a way to where it would be something that those people would actually enjoy seeing. So you'll see what I see here in a minute. Okay, so let's get into the initial setup. So we are in the back end here right now. So this is the CMS, or content management system. And we'll go over all these different things in a minute, but I do want to show you creating the site because that's what I promised you it would be quick, right? So let's do that first. So the first thing we have to do with your site is actually choose a theme. So you can go right to the bottom left here or the top right here and click on Design Site. And then we're met with this page. So how would you like to design your website? Generate a design with AI or customize a template? I actually recommend customizing with a template. Last time I used the generated design with AI, it wasn't very good, quite frankly. I wasn't really happy with it. And they may have improved it since then. But at this point, I feel like customizing a template really is the fastest way because you can kind of get a visual of everything that's involved. So let's just pick a template. I think that's a lot easier. Now, if you haven't built a website before, the thing to understand, the template is kind of a skeleton. You can adjust anything in the template, all the images, all the words, the fonts, etc. You can adjust all that. But when you get something that kind of looks good to you or kind of makes sense to you, it's really nice because you can basically do, minimal changes and you'll be ready to go. So if you're trying to get a quick website, it's a great way to do it. Okay, now pick the website template you love. This has sales at the top. I don't really agree with that. I'm going to put AI company just because I think we want more of that tech feel to it. And here we go. This is kind of exactly what I was looking for. So we've got AI company here, tech company here, 3D printing, another tech company, construction company. We scroll down, another tech company, etc. So I'm just going to pick 3 different ones that I kind of like. We'll click this one. Oops. Sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. We'll click this one. There we go. This one, and we'll click this one. So I just want to see all 3 of these to kind of see what they look like, right? So we'll click into it. Okay, so this is what the site would actually look like if we had our own, right? This is kind of the idea. Again, you can change anything. So keep that in mind as you're looking at this. But this, really showcases the product. This reminds me a lot of Tesla, actually, their website. In fact, they may have built their website off of this. I wouldn't doubt it. But this actually looks a lot like Tesla in the way that they're doing things. So I do like, again, focus on the elements. So there's obviously some key features about the product that you're talking about. This is actually a product, right? So it depends on what AI company you're creating. If you have an AI product, this would probably be perfect. Software, you could still use it, but it's going to be a little bit of a different approach. And then they have the industry right here talking about that. Careers, engineers, so jobs. And then the footer, you can see everything related to the actual location. Okay, what about this next one here? So this one, data analysis, Okay, so this one's a little bit more interesting. I feel like for a software company in AI, this maybe would be the better solution, right? So we're kind of scrolling down here looking. Yeah, this for a software company, like I'm saying that I have with an AI software company, this might be a better choice. It comes across as more, scientific and really focuses on data, et cetera, which is good. And let's look at this one. Kind of a playful look, I feel like. It's not bad. It's actually pretty interesting. I feel like this is a pretty unique looking website, honestly, especially for tech. I feel like it's really unique looking. I think it's kind of cool. So I think it really comes down to your branding, right? We have the kind of quirky, unique look. We have the, hey, this is data focused, analysis focused. And then we have the one that's more or less, to me anyway, it comes across as product focused. So for me, I'm going to say, you know what? This is a company that really helps, project managers do a good job or do a better job. This actually isn't ideal for me, this particular one, because it's just a little bit too focused on data. So let's just go with this one. I think it's a little quirky. I think it's interesting, and I think it'll be good for us. And yeah, I think this is probably the best one. So we're going to click out of both of these. And again, you don't have to choose this template yourself. You can choose any template. I'm going to show you the functionality kind of Wix and how easy it is so that you understand exactly what you'd have to do. So whenever we come up with the template that we like, we're going to go ahead and click on Edit This Site in the top right. And if you click, it takes a minute to kind of set everything up for you. Okay, so it has finished its setup. And you can see here, it's actually pretty cool because it even changed, like I said, it will change the messaging. The first thing is empower your project management, which is pretty neat, right? The way that they adjusted this right away. So this is actually what your website would look like. Now we'll get to organize or to actually adjusting the homepage and everything. But since we're on the initial setup, just to be clear, your website could go live right now. You could click on this publish button right up here and it would go live. You can also click on preview at any time. I recommend that you do that, in fact, and you can actually scroll down and you could say, oh, okay, well, what does it look like right now? And you can look through every single page to understand exactly how it would look to an end user right at this moment. So that's good. But going back to this right now, what I also want to show you in the initial setup here is that we have, if we click on the Wix thing right up here, right? Well, just go to dashboard. You don't have to click on it. When we go to the Wix dashboard, it's going to bring us into the content management system, the CMS. So something to understand with websites. The top is the header. Okay. So when we go back, let me go into the site here. So we're going to click on preview. Okay. So the top right up here is the header. That doesn't change. Well, you change it once and then it's shown the same way on every page of the website. The bottom right here is the footer. Okay. So you basically have header up here, footer down here, and everything in between is what you can really change. Okay. The header and footer, you adjust them once, you get them ready to go. And then after they're ready to go, you change everything in between for all the other pages, right? So that's the first thing to understand. Second thing to understand is the CMS. So this is a content management system. So when you edit the pages on the website itself, what's going to end up happening is you're kind of a visual editor, right? You can click, drag things. I'll show you in a minute. You can click, drag around, adjust font sizes, etc. That's fine. What this does on the back end, though, is if you have, you want payments to be set up for your website and people to be able to pay you, it'll actually manage all that for you and you can accept payment. Sales, if you want to look into who has made orders, things like that, it's all in the back end in the CMS. It's not something that the public can see. It's something that you can see in the back end administratively. Catalog, this is where if you have different products, etc., you could showcase that. Apps is pretty cool. So this is if you need certain functionality that isn't on your website presently, you can go into the app market and you can just get that functionality pretty quick. Like think about like live chat, things like that. If you wanted to get it, you can obviously add it on. Site and mobile app, this gets into the actual site and the mobile app itself. Logo and branding. So if you want to create a logo, that'll help you do that. Inbox, this is if you're receiving emails into your site. That's what that is. Customer leads. So this is pretty cool too. This is kind of where you can kind of keep track of the contacts that have submitted forms and things like that so that you know who they are and you can reach out to them. Marketing, this gets into a lot of marketing things. We're not going to focus on this too much right now, but a lot of different tools around marketing. Analytics, this is cool to let you know what people are seeing on your site, where they're going, etc. Automations, a little bit more advanced stuff, but some automations that you can do. And then settings, just CMS, developer tools, etc. But this is what you need to understand. So this is the back end, your administrative portal, and then all the other pages are, all the visual stuff that the public will see. Your homepage is the first impression your AI company makes online. So keep it sleek, futuristic, and informative. Feature high-quality visuals of your AI solutions, highlight your company's mission, and immediately communicate how your technology solves real-world problems. Also include a strong call to action that directs visitors to learn more about your solutions or book a demo. Okay, so jumping into the homepage here. So the first thing you want to do on any homepage, so let's forget about all these other parts. The first thing you want to do is really look at the header and the navigation. So I know that we're focused on the homepage here, but we may as well do the navigation as well. So we're going to click into this navigation and we're going to look around, and it's kind of weird looking right now, right? So if we click on preview, we can see that there's this random shopping bag here, something for people to log into, subscriptions, orders. I just don't know if that necessarily makes sense for you. It may not. And then we also have this get started page, which this obviously, to me, in my opinion, would make sense. So I think what we'll do, we're just going to assume that I have a SaaS product that I'm just trying to sell people on when they visit the site. Okay, so looking at the navigation here, first thing we want to do, so we've got this little cart icon. Let's just drag this over to make sure we don't actually delete anything else. I don't think that we need this. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on it, right click on it, I'm gonna click on delete. We just don't need that in my opinion. Also, we've got home, product, pricing plans, contact, and shop. I think shop's a little bit weird. Let's go ahead and click on preview just to see exactly what shop. So again, this is what Wix has built out for us. So shop, Yeah, so this is if you have physical products and things like that. I mean, if it's relevant to your website, obviously keep it, but it's definitely not relevant here. We just don't need that. Again, being a SaaS, it's just not something that we're going to do. So we're going to click into here. We are going to actually go into Manage Menu, and we are going to go to Shop, and we're going to click right here, and we're just going to delete Shop altogether. We don't really need that in our site. Okay, so now we've got Home, Product, Pricing Plans, Contact, and then Getting Started. This is actually where people can go and they can click to start and actually, sign up. And then we've also got this login area. So I think it kind of makes sense. So the first thing I would say is let's move the login a little bit to the right. You can see I'm just clicking and dragging. There's nothing else to this. Let's move Getting Started to the left and do the login bar to the right, because usually that's how sites kind of are, right? So we'll do this right here. It's a little bit hard to do with my hand. Okay, so now we've got these particular pages, and this all looks pretty good. Okay, so this looks pretty good, but I think that we probably want to add a few things. So first off, I definitely want to add an about page so that people can kind of learn more about the team. And I also want to, kind of a solutions page, if you will, which basically will showcase people that have used it and kind of case studies there, right? That's the idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to here, we're going to go to Manage Menu again. And we're actually going to add a page. And when we add a page, we actually, they have some of it here, right? So yeah, about page is fine. So we want to add an about page. Just look at whatever design you like. We'll say, hey, we're a small team. Let's add this page, okay? And what this is going to do, it's actually going to build the page for you. And now we have an about page and we have home, about, So right there, I think that that's definitely good. And in addition to that, let's check out the product page here real quick. Okay, so the product page is kind of the solutions page, if you will. So really what we need is a testimonial type page, right? Now you should have testimonials all over your site anyway, just to, encourage people to purchase, etc. But let's go back and we'll actually add a testimonials page as well. Okay, so we'll click into here. Again, we'll just go to Manage Menu, and we're going to add a page. And now this one is a little bit different because there is no actual testimonial landing page, built out already. But it's okay. What we can do is we can get just a pretty generic page, one that has, this one's fine. So we'll add this page right here. It's kind of a generic looking page, not much to it, but I'll show you why this works in a second. So what we can do is we can go into here and we're going to say testimonials, right? Done. Okay, we don't want it there on the navigation. We probably want it, let's see, in the middle. So now we've got home, about, testimonials, product, pricing plan, contact. So now we've got home, about, testimonials, product, and then more, which is linking to the pricing plan and the contact page. So for the pricing plan, let's just name it pricing, right? Okay, I'm done there. And contact, I guess we can keep contact. What I'd like to do is actually get it to where it will show all of this, right? I don't really love how the horizontal menu just decided to add more. So let's click and drag this just over a little bit more. There we go. So now it's going to show everything. So instead of more, which I don't really recommend, it'll have that. They have Get Started here. I'm really kind of torn on the contact. I feel like contact is probably something we should put in the footer anyway. So let's get rid of contact as well. Because the contact page kind of is the Getting Started page, right? In this particular instance, it really kind of is. And that's probably what we want to lead with anyway. So let's hide it from the menu there. Okay, so now we are all set, right? We get all the pages that we need. We get home, about, testimonials, product pricing, and Get Started. So the header is done, okay? I would also advise you before editing the homepage that you scroll all the way down and you also adjust the footer. Okay. Now I don't have a lot to adjust on the footer right now, just because, there's not too much that I have to, or I'm not going to spend our time doing all that here. You'd obviously want to link to all your different social media and adjust your address, everything else. The one thing I will do here, and I will show you the functionality, is adding a form. So this is a big one. So we're going to click on Edit Form here. And we want to make sure that we have a form. Again, if someone wants to contact us, right? We want to make sure that we have a form that they can actually contact us on. So this form, this is going to be the form right here, and it says Add Form Field. So we probably want, first name, last name, email address, And that might be it. If you want to do a phone number or anything else, if you have to add it, go ahead and click on long answer. So basically all these, first name, last name, email, and then long answer, we have definitely want to change this field title. What do you need? Right, something like that. And basically what this is now, this is going to be the form that we can use throughout the entire site to gather that information. The key thing here to understand with these forms, you don't want to put in too many fields, because if this has, their birthday, their phone number, their address, the company name, that's going to make it so people just don't fill it out, because they're like, I'm not going to fill out 10 form fields, right? People are they're not going to do it. So let's click on save here real quick. Okay, that's done. And what we're going to do now, we're going to click back in, we're going to click on settings, and then we are going to go over to forms, and we're going to select my form, and boom. Now we have a form there. We are all set. Okay, so we've got this form. It fits, right? It's okay. I'd say maybe we would move follow us over, but I'm not going to spend our time dragging and everything there. But it is nice. Now we have a form on the site, directly on the site. So let's talk about the home page, okay? So the home page, I'm going to go ahead and click on preview here. The home page basically is set up to where, you have Empower Your Project Management. One thing that's important, I think when you click on product, this actually drags down to a part of the home page, right? Which I think is good. You could create a whole separate page talking about the product, which would basically be this anyway. You could do that. Or you could just do exactly what you do here and have it to where we talk about what the positives are of the product right here on the homepage. I think that makes more sense, because if people are on the homepage, they're scrolling to learn more anyway. So you may not want to, adjust all that. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much a new page. We're going to do testimonials in a second. We've got about, and then we've got pricing, and then getting started. The getting started page, I think, is actually designed really well. So this is all good. So let's go back to the editor. Now we're going to actually edit the text on the home page and images. I'm going to show you how that works so that you can always go back and, if you need to, you can do that. So we're on the pricing page right now. We're going to click right here. We're going to go to the home page. Okay, so we are on the home page. So let's say that you decide, you know what, I don't like this text. I want to change. Just click and drag. It's this easy. There's not really much to it. You don't need a developer. You just click and drag. Let's say that you look at this text. You're like, hey, you know what? This text isn't big enough. I want it to be bigger. Okay, well, let's make it a 24 and let's make it bold, and let's stop there and see how that looks. Okay, so if you like that, great. If you want to change the color of it, I guess we could change it to this color, hideous color for the text. Not bad for the site, but for the text. You could change it to however you want. You could change to whatever you want, right? And then getting started, you can actually, if you go into here, you can actually click right here, see where this is actually linking to, what pages. It's linking to the pricing page, which is fine. So you could basically go in, adjust all this. Now, this image, well, this is a vector art. I actually love the imagery of the site. I think it's really cool. But let's say you're looking at this and you're like, well, I don't really want, generated AI generated vectors of what our product is. I really want to show the product. So what we're going to do, we're going to click change image, right? And you can go into here. You can use media from Wix, Shutterstock, Unsplash. You can use any of these right here. But what you can also do is do an AI image creator. So I actually love the AI image creator because it allows you to do things that have no copyright to them, which is always nice. And most of these are, copyright free, etc. But just it's cool to see this. So I'm just going to show you. So we're going to go in here. We're going to do a photo. So I'm going to say an image of an iPad with an app loaded onto it, right? Now, I don't know how this is going to necessarily come out, but the point is, you'd want your own brand imagery. But if you wanted to do this, well, here you go. This is perfect. So this actually isn't too bad. A person holding an iPad looks like a kind of an over-the-shoulder shot, and pretty good actually, right, for first time. Now, we can always create again if we want to change it, and I'm sure that your app doesn't look like this, or you may not even have an app, but whatever it is, probably doesn't look like this. But we'll say that it does, right? We'll say, yeah, this is good. I'm going to use this image. So we can actually click on use image, we'll save, okay? And now what we can do is we can say, yeah, you know what? Let's choose that image. Let's use that image here. And now we'll adjust that. Now, the point of this isn't, that you should always use AI images. I'm just showing you the functionality that Wix offers. Obviously, for your own app or as an AI company, you want your own images of everything. But it is pretty cool to see how we can adjust it with AI imagery, right? Again, our offerings, I just really like this homepage. I think it's just very well designed. So I don't know that I'd change a lot. I'd even keep the vectors. I think it's just pretty cool. if it would be relevant to you, I would probably keep it. If there's these sections, for instance, if you think this is, it has too much room, we can drag it, move it up, down, etc. Trusted by industry leaders. Obviously, we would adjust these logos to wherever, you think that you would make, or it would make sense to show you. I will say too, one thing. So if you're looking at this, you're like, ooh, we just don't have any industry leaders right now. We don't. So we could just click on the whole section and we could just right click and we will just say delete. Okay, almost. There's a few different layers to this. There we go. So a few different layers. We had to delete it 3 different times, but basically we got rid of all that content. And now we have the client feedback. Obviously you can change testimonials, etc. And again, always show testimonials. Explore our packages. So this is actually going to lead to the pricing page. Again, this is the one that they say is the best value. Really good user interface design here by Wix. So I just think it's a good way that they did this. And then we go into here, talking more, getting started, and probably the pricing page as well. And then again in the footer. So the homepage, in my opinion, is really, really well designed. I think from a user perspective, it's actually really good. But if you need to change images, text, now you know how to do that, and you can realign things as well. Your solutions page should clearly outline your AI offerings, whether it's machine learning models, automation software, predictive analytics, or AI-powered chatbots, or anything in between. Break them down into categories, include brief descriptions, and showcase your key benefits. Adding high-quality visuals, case studies, and a call to action encouraging businesses to request a demo will help increase your conversions. So next is the product page. Now again, in this particular theme, we don't need to build a whole new page. You very well could go down to here and make it so they can, click learn more, and they can learn all about all the different things about your product, and they can click into that. Sometimes you don't really need it. It just depends on what your situation is. I already showed you how to create a page, so you can do that if you want to, and then just set a template to set it up. But overall, I think that the fact that it's on the homepage and like this, I think it's actually pretty good. And usually what you're trying to do is kind of set a demo or, get someone to purchase right away anyway. So I think that this is pretty good. I really wouldn't change a ton on here, but I basically showed you what you'd had to do. If you had to, you create another page and then you'd have the links that would then point them over to those other pages. In that regard, let's say that there was a situation where you wanted to do that. You would say, hey, let's click an element and let's add a button, right? Because you'd probably say, yeah, you know what, I want them to learn more, right? So we'll just click, we'll drag this down, and it says view more. We double click on that. Instead of view more, we'd say learn more. Right, so you'd adjust it to whatever it would be, and then learn more could lead to that particular page, or it could lead to a page that covers everything, whatever you want to do. And then you could just have a button under each of these, right? If you really wanted to go that route, you could. But overall, I think that this is actually a really good design. So I'm just going to keep it how it is, but adjust it as you need. Next is your case studies or testimonials page. So AI is all about results. So showcase real world success stories. Feature in-depth case studies, client testimonials, and tangible metrics that demonstrate the impact of your AI solutions. Use data-driven results to establish credibility and encourage potential clients to trust your expertise. So the next page is a testimonials page. So you may recall that we adjusted this and edited it earlier and added it in. So again, we already have this page kind of set up. It's in the navigation. Obviously, we would want to change this, right? We'd want to change all this text. I'm just going to put testimonials here so I don't kind of lose track. We can adjust that to however we want. Section title, you can put all this in here. Another section title. But here's the thing. So you're probably like, testimonials, this isn't really, all that pretty or all that good. All that you need to do to make everything a little bit better is just go into here. And what you really want to do is look at the different sections and the different elements that they have, right? So just so happens that they have this testimonials one right here, right? So the sections is kind of for one-off things. The top here is for elements, like one-off things. And then the second part here is the sections. But the sections, that's where we really want to be with testimonials. So let's say we're like, yeah, you know what, I want to add some testimonials. Oh, okay, I think that these are pretty good. So I'm going to add this guy up. Well, we don't want to add it up there because it's above the header. So let's click this. Okay, or not above the header, it's above the title. So let's do what our clients say there. This is one where, they can right click, left click, and it'll scroll to the next one. And then let's say that we want to add another one where we have more testimonials. Let's click in testimonials, and we'll go with, I guess, this right here. Okay. Now here, I'm going to say, hey, you know what? Let's move this down. So now we've got these testimonials all set up. And then we've got this other section that, hey, we really don't need this. So we're going to go ahead and delete it. And we also don't really need this section here. So let's delete this one as well. Okay, so now we've got testimonials, right? And we can always just drag the text out of here if we don't want this gray box. We can drag it all out. We've got what the clients say. We can adjust all this information right here, adjust the images, etc. We can also say, you know what? I don't really like the design of this. Let's center it, right? Let's put that there. And let's put him right here. He's still behind, etc. Adjust it however you want. It doesn't matter. The point is we've got a testimonial page, and we've also got this right here. Again, you can click in adjust testimonials. Just collect testimonials from happy customers. Especially in the beginning, you need to do that. Or friends that you have to help you out in the beginning. Just put some stuff up there that'll entice somebody to say, yeah, you know what, I'll give it a shot. The About Us page is where you connect with your audience on a much deeper level. So share your company's vision, the story behind your AI innovations, and the expertise of your team. Highlight your leadership, your technical achievements, and any industry partnerships that will validate your credibility. A compelling company story can really set you apart in a competitive market, so keep that in mind as well. All right, so the About Us page is really simple to do. Depending on what you want, I already showed you kind of how to create this, and we can just, if we want to add more to it, add different sections, we can do about, team, etc., and just adjust the look of it overall. But in this instance, I think it looks pretty good, and this kind of assumes that you have a smaller team, right? So you just put an update about the team. You have all the information about all the people, you upload their images. You could also obviously add, here's a link to their LinkedIn, et cetera, below it. But just, at this point, it's good to talk about each of the people, especially like senior level people and their backgrounds, a little bit about that. And you can adjust this however you want, add little sections, et cetera. But it's just the overall thing here is just to make sure that people understand who are the people behind the brand, and obviously give off a first impression, share some personal facts about yourself, et cetera, just so that people, when they go to it, they learn a little bit more about you and they can kind of get a gauge of who you are as a person and who the team is behind it. Next is the contact page, usually used for demos. So make it as easy as possible for businesses and investors to get in touch. Include an intuitive demo booking system, your company's contact information, and links to relevant social media channels. If you offer consultations or custom AI solutions, make sure to mention that as well. Okay, so the next page is kind of the contact, request a demo, pricing, get started. It's all like kind of the same page, right? It depends on what theme you choose and kind of how you want to structure it. This one has a pricing and a get started page. So this is the pricing page. Very simple to edit. I'm not going to spend our time doing it, but you can just click in, adjust everything. Honestly, the look of this stuff, especially with the color scheme, I really wouldn't change much. I just wouldn't. It doesn't really make a bunch of sense. You don't really want to add like a contact form in here, just because then you make it people that are kind of kicking the tires, etc. You really want someone who will go in, hopefully they'll get a free trial or whatever, and get started with it. If you have demos, you may need to adjust this more. Again, you can use the sections to do that. We'll go ahead and click on preview here. So this is the pricing page. And then we also have the getting started page, which, okay, so these are actually the same page. I didn't realize that. So we really don't need a pricing page. We have a getting started page, right? So I think it's safe to say we could pull the pricing out of the navigation here, just because there's really no reason for it, to be honest with you. Okay, there we go. I wasn't aware that they were the same page. So getting started, anybody who wants to know pricing, demo, sign up, free trial, etc., they're going to go to the get started area anyway. So you don't really have to worry about it too much. But this is where, you'd send all those people anyway. So yeah, you can adjust this, obviously add some, some images or some content. I would probably say to add a few testimonials on this page, kind of on the bottom part here. That would make sense. Maybe a quote up here from a satisfied customer as well. Doesn't hurt, right? Definitely doesn't hurt to show that social proof. The next page is optional, but can be a really, really good one if you do it right. So a blog or an AI Insights page can position your company as a thought leader. You can share AI industry trends, research findings, and case studies that highlight your expertise. Not only does this boost your credibility, but it also improves your website's SEO, driving more traffic to your business. And the next page, which we don't have here, is a blog page. Now, this was optional, so I didn't want to throw it on and make it a requirement. But if you do want to do that, I definitely don't think it's a bad idea. The good thing about a blog page is it'll really help you show your expertise, which is actually a big win. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click on page, right? We're going to click on manage pages. And what we are going to do is we're going to add a page. And we are going to go to blog. And it'll just add the blog. So you click add Wix blog, it'll do all the heavy lifting, and there is some heavy lifting to this. I'll show you why in a second. So we're gonna click on that, and now Wix does its magic. Okay, so it added it. It kind of adjusted our, let me adjust this menu here, kind of mess with the menu. And the other thing it always does is it throws a search bar into the header, which I'm not a fan of, like you could see here. I don't think that we really need the search. We could throw it over here if we wanted. It's also adding some other stuff here, so I'll wait a second. Okay, so it should be good now. So I don't really think that we need the search. I just don't really see a need for it. So we've got here, okay, so home, about, testimonials, product, and blog. So I'm gonna click on preview. It's showing us a search results page, which is a little weird. That's not really what we're looking for. This is what we're looking for. So I clicked on blog. This is actually what it would look like, right? So if you have a blog, again, great to, showcase your knowledge and your expertise. So you may be thinking, okay, well, this is cool. Well, how do I actually adjust it? So what you want to do, and this is kind of where it gets a little bit, confusing, but basically this blog page is here to showcase your posts. So every time you write a blog post, it'll show on the blog page. Okay. So what we need to do is go into here, click in, and we're going to click to here. We're going to click on manage posts. And now this will take us back into the CMS, which I already talked about earlier. And that is where you will actually write your blog posts that then after you publish, they will get pushed to the blog page. So if somebody clicks on the blog page, they can read all your posts. That's why if you go on any website, that's how it's set up. This is similar here on Wix. Now in these, editing these pages, these posts rather, very simple to do. We'll click on edit. And it is, it's just very visual, right? Just like everything else with Wix. You'd adjust, add the content, format, etc., add images, and you're all good to go. You click on publish, and then when you do, it'll all just show up like this overall. So congrats, you have officially made it. If you followed everything in this tutorial, you now have your very own AI company website. And while there will always be refinements and updates over time, you've built a very strong foundation that really establishes your online presence and positions you as an industry leader. Oh, and remember that big mistake that most AI companies make when building a website that I mentioned earlier? Well, spoiler alert, it's not about the website at all. So the number one mistake that most AI companies make is not using email marketing effectively. So many assume that once someone visits the site, they'll immediately book a demo or reach out, but that's rarely how it happens. Many businesses, they'll take time to research and evaluate before making a decision. So email marketing, it helps you stay top of mind. What you want to do is collect emails through white papers, webinars, or newsletter signups, and send automated follow-ups to those people. You can share AI industry insights, exclusive updates, or use cases of your technology. A well-timed email can turn a visitor into a long-term client. Now, to make this easier, I recommend using Brevo, which integrates seamlessly with Wix and simplifies automated follow-ups. To get that, you can go ahead and click up the link up here or check out the link in the description. You can try it absolutely for free. Your AI company's website is more than just an online presence. It's really a powerful tool for attracting new clients, building trust, and driving business growth. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. And if you have questions, drop them in the comments. I'd love to help you create a website that positions your AI company as a leader in the field and generates new business opportunities. Thanks for watching.